hit him here, maybe I go here, and when I'm stepping here, maybe he blocks it. So I'm gonna go back to orange, and I'm going to reverse main. Hello, I'm Frank Soto.
Hector, El Barbari.
And we want to welcome you to this Kinetic Dragon tutorial. Kenpo for the street.
And Kinetica for your life.
Good, we are back here on Opinionated Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, and today, this Wednesday, it's dedicated to all the American Kenpoists, okay? All of you guys that practice American Kenpo. You that are watching us, if you're an American Kenpo guy, this is for you. If not, this is still a good analysis of the art, okay, of Kenpo. Okay, now, when I already talked a little bit about this, but we're just gonna go a little bit further, okay? When Senior Grandmaster Ed Parker, founder of American Kenpo, okay, before we go into this, we're doing this because last weekend was, wouldn't been Mr. Parker's 85th birthday, okay? He passed away, he left us 25 years ago, more than 25 years ago. His legacy continues. His spirit is still with us in a sense. We still work with his ideas. We have evolved from there. And we are very grateful to him, his family, and everybody that has carried the flame, you know, and keep the flame burning and all that. All of you guys are doing a great job. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about his system, his ideas, and especially we're going to talk about the web of knowledge and how to go beyond it, okay? The web of knowledge is an analogy that we already discussed, I believe. At least we did it in Spanish. I don't know if we did it in English, but anyhow, the web of knowledge is an analogy that Mr. Parker generated years and years ago, right? He said, it's in the books, he said that the story goes that he was walking and he saw a web of a spider, you know, and he said to himself, how can I use this divine architecture of this, you know, of nature, this perfect design, the web design, and how can I put it into Kenpo? How can I apply this into what I teach, into my teachings? So then he created the categories of the natures of the attack, you know, grabs, punches, pushes, punches, kicks, holds, locks, and so forth. And what he did was this web, and he separated the web, you know, into sections and added a technique in a grab, then in a push, then in a punch, then in a kick, and so forth. And he did that for every belt. Yellow, orange, purple, blue, green, third, second, and first brown, and black, okay? First, second, and third black. And he created what he called the web of knowledge, which is no more than a three-dimensional design. Let's say you have the yellow belt requirements here, and you put it with the orange, and the purple, and the blue, and the green, and the brown, and you generate this three-dimensional web, okay? And basically, your mind, the Kenpo's mind, gets caught up in there and starts seeing all the techniques and connected them with the forms and the freestyles and whatever it is in there, okay? So, for example, Hector throws a roundhouse punch, and I start doing a technique like 5 swords, so I step in and block, hit. Now when I do the third strike, let's say I go here and he grabs it with both hands. Now from there, I can graft and chain it with another technique because I connected in my web of knowledge. I go from orange into the purple where I connected, and I go into darting mace. Okay, hit him here, maybe I go here, and when I'm stepping here, maybe he blocks it. So I'm gonna go back into orange and I go into reversing mace and hit. Maybe he grabs it there, grabs the hand, so I go into crossing talon. Okay, so now I'm going from one point of the web to another. So it's like me being in the middle or inside that three-dimensional web, and all I see is connection within techniques and forms. A lot of you guys, maybe you that are watching, understand this. If you practice Kenpo, if you're in a high level, I'm sure you understand this type of thinking, okay? Mr. Parker used to teach this way. But this was the basic system, okay? Then you can add the black belt system, which are the extensions or endings of the techniques. That gives you further depth into this web. But then there's another way of seeing this. Be careful, because the web of knowledge is a trap. It's a trap. You know, the spider does his web and creates a trap for the prey. The same way Parker created this web and created a trap for the knowledge and for your Kenpo mind. So you need to go beyond the strap. It is good for the beginner. It's important and it's good. But then you need to go beyond the technique. You need to go beyond the web of knowledge. And so where do you go to? You go into the patterns, the universal pattern of motion. Okay? So you have 5 master patterns. Okay? The universal pattern of motion, it is not the pattern of the universe. It's the pattern of the Kenpo universe of Mr. Parker teachings. That's the way he saw and understood his Kenpo. That doesn't mean that Kenpo cannot do other things. Doesn't mean you cannot go into the 90s or the 30 degrees or in between 0 and 45, okay? The options are endless. But the idea of Parker was to destroy and devastate with his movement. So from here you go into geometrical Kenpo, okay? You start looking at these patterns and you start looking at these planes, and that's what we're going to be talking about next Wednesday when we talk about the geometrical Kenpo, or the universal pattern of motion apply into your Kenpo training. I am Fred Soto.
Hector El Barbarie.
These are the Kinetic Dragon tutorials. Kenpo for the street.
And Kinetica for your life.
Remember to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. Give us your thumbs up if you like it. Okay? And send us your opinion and your questions, whatever they are. Down here, you can put your opinions here on YouTube, or you can comment on Facebook, on Twitter or Instagram. We are here to serve you.